I am so delighted and so excited, and these are for real adjectives that I just spouted out because I'm here with the Executive Director, Mr. Tony Parrott of Metropolitan Sewer District. Tony, welcome once again to Urban Lifestyle.
Thank you for having us again.
We are here at this massive, I would say, undertaking of an event called Can You Dig It? And this is the 4th annual event for this, but share with our viewers what this is all about, because you will see segments of it on the news, but we need to peel back some layers to understand about this.
Can You Dig It is an annual event that we do usually about this time of year because it's cold and we can get an opportunity for all of our contractors and all of our vendors, small businesses, minority-owned businesses, women-owned businesses to come and learn what it takes to do business with MSD, number one. And then secondly, an opportunity for them to meet prime contractors, to network, to promote their business, to meet our staff, and to understand what our policies and our processes are for doing business with MSD.
One of the things I see and I feel here is the outreach. And the outreach is so welcoming. And a buzzword to me, what I heard you say over and over that stuck with me was the word opportunity. Share about that.
Well, you know, opportunity is a very strong word. And what we're talking about here today is supplier diversity, which means we want to have equality and economic inclusion in the projects that we are doing here in Louisville and Jefferson County. For years with MSD and the water company, we have been doing projects, but our recent disparity study has shown that we're not really getting economic inclusion. So the purpose of today is to make sure that not only folks understand the opportunities, but that our policies and our processes are more intentional now, and we're going to be bringing forth the will to make sure that we're actually getting the outcomes that are set for our goals.
Now, speaking of those outcomes and opportunity married with will, share about the economic impact on the city and what that means and for people to be employed.
Well, you know, when you look at MSD and the water company, the combined construction programs that we do on an annual basis supports over 3,000 construction jobs in our community. And so the hope is that those 3,000 jobs would go to local workforce. And so that's why we have a local labor commitment from our contractors. And now that we have that policy, we're actually monitoring it. And so on very large projects, whether it's the tunnel project or a wastewater treatment project, we can hold our contractors to that commitment. And so what we're seeing so far is that when people make that commitment, we're seeing anywhere from 60 to 70% utilization of local labor. So that means we're creating job opportunities. And of course, the economic benefit of every dollar you invest in infrastructure actually returns $2.62 to the local economy. So when you think about what MSD does and what the water company does and what LG&E and others do, we have an opportunity to make a $500 million impact to the local economy just with our infrastructure programs.
There are still so many hats that there are to wear of those who help with the MSD projects, and I want to introduce you to Mr. Chella Subram of Cornerstone Engineering. Chella, welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
This is a phenomenal event to me, and in regards to the projects, but it takes people like your company to make up the fulfillment of all that's been etched out. Talk about Cornerstone Engineering and your role and experience with MSD.
Absolutely. Cornerstone Engineering was started in 2003, so we just celebrated our 15 years of service, and we are headquartered here, and I've been living here over 25 years nearly, and MSD is an integral part of what we do, and we've been serving from pretty much beginning of 2003 for 15 years providing services to MSD. So what it requires over the years is that we need to be consistent in quality and what we deliver to MSD and also add a value proposition in what we do. So that has sustained us, and we have built a long relationship with MSD folks as well as the prime companies like CH2M Hill, HDRs, and Black & Veatch, and Jacobs of the world, and bigger companies. So we worked on a number of projects, Heritage and Strand, or these are other companies that we work with them as well, the bigger firms. So MSD is integral part of our operations, daily operations. All of our staff are local.
So what are you providing exactly? Because I'm trying to...
Sure. Yeah, our company is started as an engineering consulting firm.
Okay.
In 2003, I'm a structural engineer. By experience and
okay.
training.
So now
we
the
do
project
engineering
itself.
services. Yeah.
Okay.
So we have designed number of above ground and underground structures for MSD over the years.
Got it now.
And so we do structural engineering design, then assessment of existing structures and strengthening of structures and special inspections and all of those, load ratings and everything. And in addition, about 4 years ago, we felt the need to start a construction division. And so we started, and we won small projects with the city and bid out, and we just wanted to make sure that we prove when we come to MSD, we have some records to show. So
Okay, we're still back here at the Can You Dig It event, and Tony Parrott spoke about a lot of the partnerships and the equity when it comes to suppliers and contractors. I have one of the suppliers here, and his name is Mr. Jolie Phillips. I want to introduce you to him, and he will tell you about his experience with MSD. Jolie Phillips, welcome
Thank you.
to the event, and basically your role and your business as a supplier is?
Well, we first off, American Ready Mix is a supplier of a ready mix concrete. The big trucks that you see going up and down the road, that's us delivering concrete to job sites. We've been working with MSD since our conception, which was in 2007. We went and got, at that time, MSD had their own diversity program, so we got certified through that. And we've been certified, a certified MBE business with MSD since then. But as a supplier, we don't work directly with MSD. And what I mean by that, we don't deliver concrete to MSD. What we do is deliver our concrete to their contractors. So we work directly with MSD contractors. But what's so great about that in MSD's program, though, Denise, is that MSD has such a strong diversity program that they filter it down through their contractors, and they require their contractors to do a certain amount of business with MBEs, and that's great. It's great for me, and it's great for people that are supplying other products, because they now the contractors know that MSD is serious about this diversity program. So I'm very excited, and have been since I've been a part of this program, about the seriousness and about the commitment that MSD has to diversity.
So one of the things, if I'm hearing correctly, Jolie, is that the words requirement, and I know the board of directors of MSD has signed off on this initiative, and then the commitment towards that and full equity across the board. Would you say I heard correct?
Yeah, you did. Actually, MSD has one of the few people that I know of that diversity program. It's actually the amount of diversity or MBE business that the contractor is doing or is committed to in their bid is part of the bid process. It's part of the evaluation. So if you don't have a MBE participation goal or requirement in there in your bid, then you're going to be questioned. You're going to be called to the carpet. You got to have a good reason why you don't.
Okay, there are still a lot of components that go into all these projects with MSD. I want to introduce you to Mr. Nick Ulliman with Ulliman Shoot Construction. Nick, welcome.
Thank you. It's happy to be here.
I hope I pronounced everything correctly.
Yeah, you got it close enough. It's a tough one to pronounce.
Tell me about you all's involvement and your experience working with MSD,
Sure. So we're
and about your company too.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're a water wastewater general contractor. We specialize in water infrastructure projects. We are working on 2 projects down here for MSD right now. One was the ORI, the emergency job on Main Street, and then we're working on the Shawnee Basin project.
Yeah. The first one was is that one of the biggest projects for MSD?
I think it's one of their large emergency projects. The basin is one of their larger projects in the realm of about $80 million, a little under $80 million.
Okay. So share about you all's role in all this then, your company?
Sure. So we're on the basin project, we're the design builder. So that's a unique situation where we are the general contractor and have a designer that works for us to design and construct that project. And then on the ORI job, we were the general contractor. So we managed the construction of the job and then provided some labor for that as well.
So when you say the construction, does that mean how it's being mapped out? Because in my brain, I'm trying to visualize this.
Yeah, so it's not how it's necessarily mapped out, but it's more of the actual building itself. The craft folks, the pouring the concrete, digging the dirt, things of that nature, putting the pipe in place. So that's more of what we're on.